If there's one thing in songwriting that's worse than writing nothing at all, it's writing the same thing over and over. In this video, we're going to talk about creative ruts and how to remove them. Hey guys, I'm Michael Carrillo, aka Hexspa, and welcome to my channel. Here, I release original music as well as music making tutorials every Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you haven't, click subscribe and check the link in the description to join the Hexspa newsletter where I send you free music and exclusive updates. So one of my favorite techniques for overcoming ruts is to take a break. We live in a very competitive world where everybody emphasizes hustling and working your face off, but that will only take you so far in a creative field. The mind works in two different ways. One is very focused, and I think that's what everybody tries to emphasize, but the other one is diffuse, and I like to compare them to cooking. In cooking, you have time to chop the vegetables, season your meat, but then you have time to just let the stew boil and become something new. You have to just kind of leave it alone for a while. Maybe you give it an occasional stir, but that diffuse time is when you're actually able to make something that you're going to eat in the end. Also, you can get very stressed out and depressed. If you just work and work, you'll feel like your life is meaningless. So it's also good for your mental health. If you haven't checked out my mental health for musicians playlist, go ahead and click the link on the screen now. I'm not a doctor, but I've been through this, and some of those ideas can help you out. Another way to overcome creative ruts is to try a new instrument. I've been playing guitar since I was 10 years old, but I had an experience at a nail salon that made me realize I'm not going to become the world's best guitarist. And besides, I was always interested in writing more anyway. So when we left LA for that time, I got a keyboard, I started learning it, and sure enough, I was able to write songs on keyboard. That opened me up to a bunch of new things that I would have never done on the guitar. If you already play guitar and piano, then you could try just a melodic instrument like sax, or you can just write your stuff on drums. Why not start your melodies from a rhythmic basis instead of a melodic one? If you're a vocalist, then you can also try writing your melodies by ear. So you write something and then try to transcribe it down onto manuscript paper. The pencil is an instrument just like any other. So not only will this help you with your creative rut, it'll also help you with your ear training. That's use no instrument at all. And the last technique I want to share with you is to add to your toolbox. So even if you are a guitarist or whatever, try to use new voicings or try to add a new technique like different movement in the bass line. Try to add an ostinato on top. Try to improve your inner voice motion or try to use open voice chords. Try something new. That'll definitely help you out. Just pick one or two ideas. It doesn't need to be something like you're just changing your entire genre, okay? Pick one or two ideas and try them out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then definitely learn some theory. It only took me about 6 months to a year to really learn the majority of functional theory that I use every single day. This way you don't need to constantly be going on forums asking people how to construct these chords or what are good chord voicings or progressions or what is this progression. You can figure this stuff out on your own, save yourself a lot of time, and even begin to add new things into your music. People think that theory will kind of lock you down, and in the beginning it does, so I would say expect that. But theory took me from being a heavy metal guitarist to being someone who can produce in multiple genres. So I definitely encourage you to take the time to do that. And also, don't be afraid to experiment with rhythms. I think when people think of theory, they think of harmony and melody and how those things fit together. But rhythm is just as important. So why not listen to some West African music, take a few bars of whatever they're doing with the djembes and the dunduns, and try to expand that into your universe. I think that'll be very helpful for overcoming ruts. So to recap, definitely take a break if you've been working hard. You cannot accomplish much by only working. You definitely need rest, if not only for your musical life, but also for your mental health. Try a new instrument, or if you're already using instruments, just use your voice. A lot of people play instruments, but they don't sing. It makes no sense. Singing is like the first way you ever got into music, more than likely. So definitely try to get back to that. And then try to add new tools to your toolbox. Actively try to practice new things. If you just write songs, you're gonna somehow eventually run out of ideas. So keep your ears open and just try one or two new things from different places. If you don't know how to understand that stuff, then definitely take the time and learn some theory. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. Many of these ideas are inspired by this book, 101 Songwriting Wrongs and How to Write Them. There's a link in the description for that, so pick it up. Once again, I publish here every Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if it's helpful, subscribe and join the Hexspa newsletter for free music and updates delivered to your inbox. I'll see you next week. Peace.